Hello YouTube land. So my last review I was slaughtering Scott Snyder's Batman annual number 2 a bit, wasn't I really? Saying that it's trying to justify the prison population of America. I know it was the book was about Arkham Asylum. The reason I was comparing it to the prison situation in America is because the book was it was about reasons for incarcerating people. It wasn't about mental health issues. It was about what to do with prisoners. That's why I compared it to the massive American prison population at the moment. And I didn't like it. I don't like reviewing comics with the backward sorts of thinking like that. I like to read writers with more of a I don't know how to describe it, maybe a progressive attitude towards current affairs. Writers who've got more of a finger on the pulse of the current zeitgeist, let's say, for want of a better word. And one of those writers, in my opinion, is at the moment is Gail Simone. She's the writer of Red Sonja, Dynamite comics, also the writer of Batgirl, which is fantastic, DC, and Movement in DC as well. Movement in particular really illustrates what I'm talking about. The movement's about superheroes fighting against the corrupt local police, and that's very, very good. I think the new one's out tomorrow actually, so I'll probably review that this week as well. As for Red Sonja, I'll give it a quick review here. Not too many spoilers. All you need to know about the plot is at the beginning there's a king called Dimath. He's celebrating a victory, and he goes to the dungeons, and one of the people in the dungeons is Red Sonja. Red Sonja was taking part in like gladiatorial games, and she was only one of two survivors. And seeing that she's a great warrior who survives the gladiatorial games, he sets her free. And then 3 years later, there's a campfire scene with Sonja displays her humour, and she also displays her fighting prowess as well. And during this campfire scene, she meets two girls who ask Sonja for help. This Dimath, the King Dimath, is requesting Sonja to help out, and because Sonja remembers the king who freed her, she rushes to his aid. What's happening with our poor old king is that his people are suffering from a plague, and Samorians, tribal Samorians, are coming to slaughter them all. And what Sonja's going to do is help train up the troops and stuff to help this king against the invading Samorians. There's a good reveal at the end, but I won't talk about that. I'll just say it's worth getting the comics to see what see the reveal at the end, but check it out for yourself. It's a great comic. Why is it a great comic? I've got 3 points in. The language at first, it's almost like a Shakespearean type language. I've got an example here. Glory comes at a wet crimson cost, my liege. In other words, lots of blood. That's just my example of the Shakespearean language, which is very cool. The humour. When Red Sonja is in a camp and she's been robbed while she's asleep, she says to the potential robbers, or the would-be robbers, I would throw my dagger at you, but I'm a bit drunk, so I might get a bit of blood on my horse. So that's why I don't want to do it. But it's got that sort of humour throughout the comic, which is really, really cool, really good to read. And the art, the way that Red Sonja herself is actually portrayed, it's not pervy type stuff. It's you see Red Sonja, she's quite well endowed, big-breasted, but it's not pervy stuff. She's tough. There's a good example. You see that? There we go. Red Sonja on a horse. It reminds me of the old famous painting of Napoleon on his horse. So she's sexy, but she's tough and muscular and strong as well. And there's also the reason for enjoying this comic is Sonja herself. She's almost like a tomboy really. And there's a scene in this comic where she has to wear a dress, and she's not so happy about wearing a dress. And there's also a scene where she's teaching a woman how to hold a sword, and I've got a quote here from Sonja. This might illustrate what sort of woman she is. Hold your sword in front of you, you useless woman. That's what sort of woman Sonja is. She's not your typical girly girl. She's a tough warrior who just so happens to be a woman, and that's cool. I like that. And yeah, my last point, it's simple, a simple story, easy to follow, a interesting and cool character, really good artwork, really enjoy the artwork, and it's lots of fun as well. It's lots of fun to read. So it's cool, it's simple, it's fun, it's got great language. Sonja, the character herself, is a joy to read, and I can't wait till the next issue number 2. So there we go. I think I'll end my review there. Read Sonja, Dynamite Comics, number 1 by Gail Simone and Walter Geovani. Good artist as well. I'll give this a strong 8.5 out of 10. I enjoyed it a lot, and I fully recommend that you check it out for yourself if you haven't done so already. Okay, see ya. This is the off button.